Okay, listen, dude, some stuff has gone down in the DSMP community. Again, more stuff evolving from the Tommyinnit situation we talked about earlier, and this might be the most entertaining drama that I've covered in this space, period. Again, before we start, I want to clarify that I'm not specifically on anyone's side. I'm trying to remain as unbiased as possible. Sometimes it may come across differently, but that's not my intention. If something happens to be omitted, it's not on purpose or out of malice. There's just a lot to keep up with. Anyways, so Dream made a response regarding the Tommyinnit drama in which he basically makes major points and accusations towards Tommy, including Tommy underpaying his editors and going as far as to say that he's running an editor sweatshop.
I'm sure Tommy can knock out videos pretty quick because at one point he had a literal editor sweatshop where his editors made less than minimum wage and were also getting fans to edit the videos for free for them.
Using companies that uses child labor to produce his merch.
Tommy went with a merch company that actually had some really cool designs, with some very hardworking child laborers to make it possible. Unfortunately, that company also scammed a bunch of his viewers, and multiple of his creator friends got scammed and literally never got paid, and the company went bankrupt.
And he also downplays a lot of points made by Tommy, like the sexist stuff, and a couple other things that we'll get to in a bit.
When your friends' references and the way you talk about women behind the scenes has been so sexist too. Shame on you guys.
I don't even know what this is about.
Dream also makes an example of baseless accusation and calls Tommy a racist to represent how easily these claims can be made. He obviously didn't mean that. It was to illustrate his point, but I bring that up for a point we're going to talk about later. The video itself was not accepted well for a number of reasons. Firstly, Ludwig came out and streamed and detailed a moment where Dream initially called a woman a whore. Ludwig confronted him about it, and Dream accidentally revealed that he had also called multiple women a whore.
This whore thing is true. Dream, after I said this, sent me back like 5 pages worth of information about the situation, defending himself, you know, messages from the person he called a whore, and explaining the situation. All of those messages were about a different girl. I never answered him. I never replied. Because I was like, brother, that's not even who I was talking about.
5 pages just for it to be about a different girl is actually insane. Also, remember the segment where Dream was talking about how Tommy underpays his editors?
Wow! Is this a joke?
The editors in question actually came out sharing full evidence that Dream cropped the screenshots and left out key context. The editor says, I like the part in Dream's response where he assorted messages from different people to make it look worse, and also removed the part where I immediately said we didn't do that. And then for some reason stated that we'd get them to do it for free, even though that was never implied. Mind you, this was never an idea that was close to being implemented, let alone being done for free. Are you kidding? A lot of us, Tommy especially, were serious about making sure no one goes working for free. Even when we were going through the rounds of finding new editors in the later stages of editing rounds, we'd get potential applicants to edit full-length videos, and they were still very much compensated for their work, even if they didn't get the job, and this is just an example. Another editor came out as well defending Tommy and disproving this point. Number 1, I like how Dream is using one of my messages as proof that Tommy isn't paying editors, when in reality, I wasn't even talking about Tommy at all. I was talking about how I get help from the corpse community to timestamp good parts of the old Among Us VODs for a video. Small point here that fans deconstructed was this clip.
Tommy keeps bringing up the fact that he was 16 and 17. I mean, I was 20 and 21.
Which I kind of get from my understanding. People are coming at it from the perspective of it being two totally different age ranges. Not to mention one's an adult and one's a child legally. But I don't think it's that big of a point in the grand scheme of things, if I'm being honest. When it comes to the hypothetical that Dream made about Tommy and racism and all that,
you don't provide any context or evidence to what you're saying. Tommyinnit, your racist behavior behind the scenes is unacceptable. You are a racist behind the scenes, and it's unacceptable. Shame on you.
Fans were also quick to point out instances in the past where Dream had shown some instances of racism as well. Lastly, in regards to Dream's initial video here, Tubbo came out and streamed the whole video and responding to it, all that, and then further debunked these graphics that Dream used in the context of accusing Tommy of using child labor to produce his merch. Turns out, these invoices from Tubbo, not Tommy, were from his time in LA, where he rented a house and a car. It had nothing to do with Tommy, period.
Here is a picture of Sneak in said mansion. Oh, wait a minute. Is this the exact perspective that exactly where Hannah is stood in this photo? Wait a minute. Is this address not exactly the address on this invoice? Wait a minute. Is this not exactly the house that I paid for.
So to sum it up, Dream included screenshots of Tubbo's invoices of his trip to LA to somehow paint a picture around the allegations that a company Tommy used for merch was somehow involved in child labor. Dream accused Tommy of running an editor sweatshop where multiple editors came out to debunk it. Dream had allegedly called multiple women whores, despite him just saying that he had no evidence of sexist behavior. However, to Dream's credit, he does apologize for what he said in that meme, and quite frankly, when it comes to the point of Dream allegedly harassing Tommy's mother, I think Dream debunked that fairly well. And I also feel like Dream's point when it comes to the relationship between Logan Paul and Tommy, I feel like that's valid here to some degree as well. Overall, to sum it up,
Don't need to put other people down to lift yourself up.
You called 15 million people a slur 4 days ago!
so Dream responded over on Reddit to a bunch of critiques that he got, and they are literal essays. Like, insane debate brain, like, I don't even want to read through them, to be honest. They literally fill my entire screen when I'm trying to read through them. I'll put them here on screen if you want to look at them. I personally am not going to read them aloud because we will be here for 45 minutes listening to my monotone voice reading Dream's words. Anyways, this prompted a debate earlier today, and it was awful. It was entertaining, but it was awful.
I don't even know that this happened.
How do you not know if you called a woman a whore or not, man? What do you mean
Okay.
you have no idea if this happened? I have no idea if this happens. What do you mean?
Okay, Tommy, I mean, fucking...
What the hell, man?
He also had huge creators weighing in, at least on Tubbo's side, like Pokimane, who was weighing in against Dream. So why did he post that fake screenshot of me if he hates rumors? This is referring to a instance where he shared a fake screenshot in his video. This situation happened last year, almost exactly a year ago, give or take a month. So make of that what you will. Guys, I think this is finally it. I can rest now. At least until tomorrow when more stuff comes out. So for when it does, be sure to have your notifications on and I'll get that video out to you as soon as possible. Did Dream fumble? Let me know because I am genuinely curious as to if people are siding with Dream and why they are siding with Dream. You get what I'm saying? I want more perspectives. Anyways, I'm out. Thank you to channel members Lucian, Bryn the World 10, Phoenix Ace, and AUE.